Our friend Lee DeRemer is here. He's the director of Life Cycles. Good morning, Lee.
Good morning, Fred. It's great to be here.
Oh, man. It's always great to see you. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
I'm looking forward to saying good morning and hello to our grandchildren, Reagan and Hudson.
Awesome. Now, you've come here a lot to talk about Life Cycles, talk about what God is doing through the ministry, but it's hard to believe that it's been 10 years.
10 years of God's goodness. We just are pinching ourselves and full of gratitude, as Paul writes in Thessalonica, or to the third church of Thessalonica. And, for 10 years, he's been guiding us, giving us a vision, providing for us, protecting us, bringing a community together, a family around Life Cycles. It's just been wonderful to be together with the leaders, the boys, the girls, the families.
What was the original idea to use bicycles as a way of ministering to boys and girls in our area?
We figured out, I had a hunch in 2009 when I took two nephews who had lost their dad to cancer unexpectedly at an early age. I took two teenage boys out to Montana and Wyoming, where Marcy and I and our kids had lived for a few years sometime back. And we just spent 30 days bicycling together, being in God's creation, loving on one another, introducing them to Jesus. And at some point during the trip, I remember really clearly where we were. I just got this idea, perhaps from God, that, an experience like this could really help young people. And I don't know what that would look like, but maybe someday. And it was 5 years later that the circumstances all lined up, and Marcy and I prayed about it, and some other folks were praying with us, and we decided to step out in faith in late 2014 and give this thing a go and trust God that if we were in his will, he would make it work, and he has.
Wow. And it really reaches some kids who are sort of under the radar, right?
It has. A couple of us have been using the term the unseen teens. And in a busy world with lots of distractions and busy calendars and so many different dynamics going on in family, school, and community, it isn't real hard to become invisible as a teenager. Now, if you want to, that's one thing. But if it's happening and you're not able to figure out your space, your sweet spot, your passions, your joy, and expressing yourself, you don't find your place, well, that's a missed opportunity, and it can affect people negatively. And what we've discovered is there are a lot of those kids who haven't figured out where they fit in, who fit in Life Cycles, and they find their way to flourish. And between age 12 and 18, finding that opportunity to grow and blossom in a safe space with the right encouragement is so important.
Yeah.
And we've just really been thrilled to have a front row seat to watch that happen, especially for those kids.
Yeah. Now, it started with two boys, your nephews.
Yeah.
This past summer, you had a lot more than two. Tell us about all the places you went and all the lives that were touched.
That vision experience did happen with two boys, and we started in 2015, where our first ride had 4 boys. This summer, we had 160 people, 160 teens riding with us, and 80-some volunteer leaders.
Amazing.
So this summer, in addition to riding here in Landisville and Marietta, Bainbridge area on Tuesday and Thursday nights, we have 11 Saturday rides around Lancaster, York, and Adams counties. So we get the kids further and further away. And as you and I were discussing, we also had 5 summer challenge rides where we took as many as 15 people out to get them well away from Lancaster. So we had a girls team go to Michigan and ride along the western shore, the Michigan shoreline, Lake Michigan shoreline.
Wow.
We had a team ride from Pittsburgh to D.C., from northern Pennsylvania to Niagara Falls. These are all 250, 290-mile rides over 6 days. 8 days through the Adirondack Mountains to finish up at Saranac Lake and Whiteface Mountain. And one group took 2 weeks and was out riding in the thin air of Colorado.
Wow, amazing.
And again, God kept us safe. Spiritually deep experiences, great devotionals, lots of bonding, and just great relationship building between the teens and the leaders that we've enjoyed seeing lasts for a very long time.
So if parents are listening and they've got teens, 12 to 18,
yeah,
and they're interested in getting them or finding out more info, what's the best way for them to do that?
Thanks. Well, the first thing I want them to know is everything I just discussed is 100% free, and there's no tryouts. So if you show up, you made the travel team.
You made it.
And so give us a call at 717-586-2511 or go online at www.lifecyclesteam, all one word, lifecyclesteam.org.
How about volunteers? Do you still need helpers?
We love volunteers, and we are always welcoming volunteers. They can give me a call, and I'd love to get to know them, and we would start getting together in the winter and early spring before next year's ride season.
We'll talk more with Lee coming up. In the meantime, visit lifecyclesteam.org. This morning, our friend Lee DeRemer is with us. Lee, the director of Life Cycles. Good morning again, Lee.
Good morning, Fred.
I love that you use bicycles and riding and the freedom of the outdoors as a way of touching lives and reaching hearts.
Yeah, it's wonderful to see a community, a group of family members coming together where we got adult volunteers, boys, girls, and Jesus coming together over bikes.
Yeah.
It could be a model that uses a number of different vehicles to bring together. We use long-distance bicycling.
Yeah. Any stories that stick out from this past summer?
You know, there is a neat one that we've been noticing in increasing measure, and I love to share it. You know, our core values that we love to try to imbue with the teenagers are love, honesty, courage, humility, and forgiveness. And that, you know, gets you into kindness and teamwork and friendship and fellowship a lot from different angles. You know, kids can be really competitive, same as adults can be, and you're out for a ride and you want to see who can ride the longest or who the fastest is, but we don't have competition between the teens. You're only working toward your own goals. So we're finding in a really joyful way, and we've seen it a lot this summer, the kids will be riding and they're 40 miles into a 60-mile ride. These are teenagers and they're doing great, but they don't all have equal energy that day. You know, there's
Right.
sleep, nutrition, focus issues, whatever. And so what we've seen is a lot of times a stronger rider or two or three will drop back in a ride line to encourage and ride with the person who's struggling. That's such a great life lesson, and we
Yeah.
see it more and more. We're just thrilled with that, and the boys and the girls see that, and it just reinforces itself.
Yeah. So you have those life lessons, you have those core values. How does that work into your bike rides as far as curriculum goes? When do you guys take time to talk about that
Thanks.
stuff?
Well, each time we ride, we've got some curriculum time and devotionals. We've got a character development curriculum that we've been using. The boys have one and the girls have one. And we've got devotional time. Each night when we ride, we've got a message before and after the ride and during the meal. And before we pray for kids to go home. And we reinforce these throughout the year. And we also initiated a program that you may be familiar with challenge coins or values coins, where we award a Life Cycles minted coin specifically for us, designed by a couple of our leaders, that shares the values on it. And when somebody's done something exceptional, we call them up before their peers and all the leaders and award them this coin.
Wow.
With a discussion of what they've done and why that stands out. And the young people really respond well and encourage one another, and they're happy for them when they've received this recognition.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I love that. Now, most of your riding has been done this summer, but you still have a few rides and events coming up this fall.
That's right. We love to ride on Saturdays through the fall. The weather's good. It's warm. It's dry. The scenery's great. And notwithstanding today's weather forecast,
Right.
we really enjoy a lot of great Saturday riding, so we can go farther, go deeper in our mentoring relationships and build on the relationships that have gone on through the summer. And these things, conversations carry us through the wintertime until we get together in the spring. We'll ride 3 more times this fall. We'll be in southern Lancaster County on Saturday. We'll be on the Enola Low Grade Trail 2 weeks after that. And then we finish out in late October with a ride through Gettysburg National Military Battlefield.
Wow, that's got to be a great ride.
It's always a favorite.
Yeah, I love that. Plus, you have the fall foliage right then.
Yeah.
It's probably beautiful. If folks are interested in becoming a part of Life Cycles, whether volunteers or kids who want to ride, teens who want to ride, what's the best way to get in touch with you?
Well, I'd love to talk with them if they want to give me a call at 717-586-2511. I'm Lee DeRemer, and they can hit our website and learn a whole lot of things about what we're doing, and that's at www.lifecyclesteam.org, all one word.
Check it out, LIFECYCLESteam.org. All the information is there if they want to find out about becoming a part of what you're doing.
Yeah, we'd love to share it with any volunteer or any parent that wants to learn more about what we're doing.
Yeah, Lee, we love having you here. Our best to you, and especially to Marcy as well.
Thanks. I'm really grateful for the opportunity to join you.